So, talk about going from hero to zero. Oh yeah. G'day everyone, welcome back to my latest adventure. I am super stoked. I'm out for a 2-night solo camping trip. I got the 570 with me, gonna be doing some riding, gonna be doing some bird hunting. I've got some great suppers planned. I'm gonna be cooking over the fire. I got this great spot. I'm super stoked no one was here. I'm right on the lake right behind me. It's gonna be awesome. First things first, I gotta get things unloaded, get my lunch ready, and hit the trails. Right now it is October 3rd. It's about 9:30 in the morning and it's about 15 degrees Celsius. It's supposed to go up to like 28 or 29, which is like mid 80s. It's ridiculous weather. I don't even know what to wear. I know I'm gonna have too much, it'll be too hot. I don't want to get sweaty, but holy cow, man, it's crazy. So why not take advantage of this? I think I'm ready to go. I got my lunch and I got my coffee. Two staples that I can't live without. I do have my shotgun. I got some camera gear, so let's do it. All right, so today I'm hunting partridge, or ruffed grouse, their proper name. There's a couple different types of birds. Doesn't really matter. I get on this trail, I want it for literally 3 minutes, and I see one pop out, pops in the bush. I do all my hunting tactics and skills. Couldn't find him. He's gone. All right, so I didn't get that guy, but you know what? I'm feeling good. At least I saw some early. Things are looking up. On my way back to the machine, I hear some bikes in the distance coming along, and there's two guys coming along. Saw a fire sticker on there. And the guy stopped to talk for a second, and turns out they're from Whitby Fire, which is closer to Toronto. I got a cabin up here, so then we started talking shop for a few minutes about the fire department. These guys are retired and retired a few years back, and it's, you never know who you're gonna meet or who you're gonna run to on the trail when you're in the bush. Doesn't matter. It's pretty neat. I take a little coffee break here. Like I said, I like my coffee. Oh yes. So obviously we're gonna go this way. A little soft mud. We'll speak a little test for the 570, but I think you should be able to handle it. Now I might run out of ground, man. So if I go into one, I guess I gotta go in one of the big ruts. There's the friggin' in that log. If I bumped it faster, I would have been alright. Let's see. A little more jam. Oh no, right, took me right into the log. I just took a break here for some lunch, and it really wasn't a planned area, but you have to see where I am. It's so strange. I wasn't even planning to come here, but I ended up here. Check it out. Alright, so how I ended up here was really strange. I went down a different fork of road that I hadn't been before, and then I came upon this trail. It looked pretty well worn, so I thought I'd check it out. It was pretty rough, but let me tell you, if it wasn't so dry, it would be really fun and challenging. Like, there's some muddy spots, but it gets rough, lots of rocks. So I'm like, how far do I want to go down this thing, right? But it's so well worn, I'm like, it has to go to one, a destination, or two, it's going to meet up with the main road or trail or another trail. So as I'm coming down it, I'm getting to the point like, man, this is rough. This is rough. But then there is another trail, a bit of a turn. It wasn't much of one. I'm like, well, do I go left or go right? So I went right, and I'm coming down, and then things start looking familiar. It's like I've almost been here before. And as I'm pulling around this one corner, I can see it. I'm like, I can't believe this. I'm at Merrill Lake again at the Little Cuba Beach. I came here last summer, and the way I went, it's so much closer. Like, it's a shortcut. It's friggin' wild, man. You never know what's going to happen on any given day. So I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to try to go back the other way, the way I came in before, and that'll get me closer to an area that I'd like to get to. So it's like a shortcut, kinda. All right, I figured it out. Behind me is the trail I came in on. I came this way, and I came here, and I saw that. I turned right, and you're almost at Merrill Lake, Little Cuba. So this is where I came from. So basically, this way from where I normally camp, it's a shortcut, way shorter. Okay, this is really weird. I thought I took a turn to go a different direction. I was even pointing it to you on the map, or on the camera, but I ended up going back the exact same way I came. I have no idea. I am so confused right now. Oh, it's friggin' crazy. So I turned down this way, got to Merrill Lake, but when I was on my way back, I'm expecting to see some of the things that I saw from last year's video when I was going in, some of the obstacles, and I'm like, I'm just not seeing it. So I am so confused. Who knows? Whatever. So we'll, I've never really been down that way that far, I don't think. So let's check it out, shall we? Alright, so this is a pretty cool little trail that I found. Never been on it before. The main road back there turns. This trail comes off of it. It's like an old cut road, and it turns into a pretty cool trail. There's, I took a walk just down that way a bit, and there's a trail off to the side that goes to a camp, but the trail keeps on going. So she's 2:08. I think I'm gonna start working my way back. Probably go a little quicker than the pace I had on the way here. I gotta get the camp set up. The sun goes down pretty much 7 o'clock right now, so. But tomorrow's gonna be my main hunting day anyway, so the only thing that really sucks, is frustrating, is a little while ago, maybe an hour ago, I was just so frustrated. I didn't tell you on camera, but I'll go over it now. Like, I saw this partridge and I should have got him, and I didn't. There was just a whole bunch of different things that went wrong. I ended up shooting through some bushes. Thought I got him, but I didn't. I searched and searched. It was so hot in the sun. I was just sweating, drenched, going through prickle bushes, wild raspberry bushes, man, and it was just, I don't know. It's frustrating, man, because I think I'm a pretty decent hunter. I'm not saying I'm the best, but you're rusty, right? And yeah, so I was pretty flustered because I don't really miss very often, and I had a great chance. What are you gonna do? That's part of hunting. That's what they make it a sport, they call it, right? It's not easy. Then I saw another one not too far away, but I didn't even get a chance. So where I am now, I'm in southeastern Ontario, but I'm north of 7 highway. Areas I come and ride all the time. We go skig riding. Lots of really good trails around here. I'm gonna definitely do some more trail adventures up here. And they all got some mud. Right now, everything's so dry. It's crazy. We haven't rained in like 20 days or something like that. But in the southern Ontario here, there's not that many partridge, and they're so flighty, man. you barely have a chance to get them. It's so frustrating. So that's why I was so mad that I got a good chance at one. What are you gonna do? But like when I go up to Northern Ontario, actually next week I'm gonna be heading up Kirkland Lake, my hometown, and I'm gonna visit my dad, do some bird hunting. I'm also gonna be going up to Sault Ste. Marie-ish area. Gonna meet up with my buddy Jeremy, one of the Northern Ontario Trail Stompers, and it might be me. And I'm also trying to hook up with Joe Robinette. I don't know if we're gonna get out hunting or not, but at least maybe get in a visit for a day, because the timing just doesn't work out too great. He's heading away for a trip, but I'm gonna be able to catch him before he goes, so that'll be cool. But when you hunt up in Northern Ontario, there's so many more birds, and they're not as sketchy. They really not. It's raining leaves. All right, I'm gonna get turned around and head back to camp. I'll see you there. So it turns out I'm not quite crazy. When I went to Little Cuba and came back, I came back out to this road and I was like dumbfounded because I made a different turn. And I was coming down this way, right down here, and I saw where I came out. I'm like, okay, that's the turn for Little Cuba. Then literally, I don't know, 500 meters down the road, it's this turn. This is the turn I turned in at. This is where I turned in. Went here, hung out at the beach, and then I came back on the trail. And there's only one, once you get there, there's only like one way to go. So I came out, I saw the trail, this trail. I saw this trail, which is on my left. So I went straight up the hill. And I don't remember seeing another turn. Unless there, I mean, there's a couple places where there's two trails to go around an obstacle. Maybe one of those trails is that trail back there. And you gotta go a different direction, make a, somewhere you gotta make a right-hand turn and go south. I never made it south to where the hydro line is. And the hydro line's about 2 kilometers back that way. Yada, yada, yada. So, I'm not crazy. I did take a different route. It just wasn't the route I thought I was taking. Weird, eh? Okay, that was the weirdest thing ever. That's all I have to say. Holy cow. Holy jeez. Alright, so I'm on Crown Land, this small lake here. There's 4 or 5 kind of regular campsites here people use regularly. Like I say, I was here last year, and so I got back from my ride, and I'm a little hot and tired. So I just get my chair out, and I'm sitting there. I cracked a beer. I'm just relaxing. The breeze is blowing, whispering through the pines and everything. And all of a sudden, I hear a vehicle coming down the road. No big deal. So I turn around just to see what it is. See a truck, they're going to go by. Nope, they pull right in. I mean, I kind of blocked this off so that someone else wouldn't come in, but there's enough room right over there. And they pull in, and I'm like, okay. They get out, and I look back, and they go back to the back of the truck to start getting stuff. I'm like, what the heck is going on? This is the weirdest thing ever. Like, there's plenty of open camp spaces. There's one down there. There's one beside me. 2 places up someone's at. And I'm like, what the frig, man? This is so strange. So I finish my beer, and then I get up and I walk over and say, hey, how's it going? Can I help you with anything, or what? And they're like, oh, no. And they got fishing poles. Turns out it's a nice old retired couple. They're very friendly. They just said, oh, we were just down further catching some perch and sunfish and stuff, and thought we'd come over and try over here. And I'm like, okay, that's different. And then they're parked basically, I don't know how long they're gonna be here, but they're parked basically right where I want to set up my tent. So I'm kind of going, okay, well, I'll do whatever I can, put gas in the machine, and it's like I'm getting my stuff for supper set up, and it's like, okay, well, I got to get my tent going here. So I start pulling it out, and by the time I'm just about getting ready to put it, I get the camera ready because I want to start filming some stuff, and then they're done. So they come over and I go, did you catch anything? A few bites. He's got a sunfish. And anyways, they're a nice retired couple. They live at the big Mazenau Lake just further up the road. And They were nice. I talked to them for a bit. It was strange, but they were very friendly, and I was friendly. But man, it was weird. But they said this little lake here has rainbow trout in it. Believe it or not. Strange. Well, maybe we'll have to come and try her out sometime. Man, that was weird. All right, sun's going down. I got to get going on supper here. Man, it goes down fast. Mushrooms and cut up some potatoes. Gonna cook them in the cast iron pan on the stove, and then I'm gonna do my steak on the grill on the fire. Get this cut up, get it going, get my fire going. I like mushrooms. All right, here goes nothing. Oh yeah, that should take right off. Cheers, everybody. This is what it's all about. It really is. The fire's gonna get some good bed of coals going. We can get the steak on. It won't take very long. Got some taters cooking. Those guys. Nice. Oh yeah, I think we're just about ready. We'll put the steak on shortly. I gotta tell you, I love this. Like, I am so at home. I am so relaxed. I couldn't care about anything. I mean, I got important things like my family, people's health, my friends, things like that. But I mean, right now, I'm just living it. You know what? You got to get out there and do things, man. Get out in the woods, get outside, and do it. Crazy. Okay, I got to make sure my potatoes don't burn. Oh, yeah. Now, here's the thing. I actually do a lot of cooking. I know what I'm doing. But when you cook outside, cooking with a fire, cooking on a stove and a cast iron pan you haven't used for a year, getting the timing down, it's tricky. That's for sure. Oh. The potatoes, they're going to be cooked, but some of them are a little darker than I would like, but that's the way she goes. How's the old T-bone doing here? Oh yeah. Oh, yes. Mushrooms and potatoes. Lovely. Look at that. That's going to be so good. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, it's just getting dark. My camera, the lens I got for my camera, it's at its limit pretty much. I can't do anything else about it. But we're going to eat like kings, as they say. Nice big T-bone steak. Oh yeah, she's medium for sure. All kinds of potatoes and mushrooms. Awesome. Look at this, guys. Freaking beautiful. Good morning. It looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. So let's get out there. Pretty bushy up here. Pretty bushy. Ooh, that sun is bright, let me tell you. So I just stopped for a break, quick cup of coffee. And I think I'm gonna turn around. I think I've been up the trail before. It's a snowmobile trail, and it meets up with some other trails, and I can loop back around. But it's not really good bird country. Haven't seen anything, and it's rough as heck. Beautiful morning though. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's funny, this spot here where I stopped. Like this, you can see the mud. It's pretty dry now. It's pretty dry. Tracks. There's some animal tracks there. I don't know. I can't tell. They're old. She's soft. Yeah, the water's so down. The water's a couple feet down in a lot of places. It's been dry. Oh, ducks. Oh, I got one finally. I'm off the schneid. Broke the goose egg, as you would say. That felt good. I had to work for this one. The good stuff. Talk about going from hero to zero. I went down this trail kind of just back there. I've been on it a few times. I've never seen a bird, never. But I know I should. Never seen them. And I was just thinking that, and I saw one. And he went into this thick stuff. I waited him out. Anyways, he won the battle. I'll give him that one. Actually, I shouldn't say him or her, because I couldn't tell if it was a male or female. On my way back, I see another one, and it's a friggin' huge male. Huge, right out on the trail. And I don't want to waste any time, because he's gonna take off, right? He's huge. I'm going, man, this thing's big. So I don't go very close to it. Like, I thought I should be able to get it. I shot, and I friggin' missed. Man, I'm so mad at myself. I paced it out, and it was about 27 yards, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm using a 20 gauge shotgun, and I think I'm kind of at my limit for that. I should have just went up a little sooner. Damn it. I slept really well. Like, I did wake up a few times, but the only reason was because my brand new air mattress I got leaked air. Yeah, it sucked. Now, one of the other reasons I woke up was I heard noises. Like, there's all the leaves are falling down, and it's been really dry, so the leaves make so much noise. Now, of course, when you're in a tent, you know, everything, it's kind of magnified. You have no idea how close. Everything sounds really close to you. So I heard this rustling a couple times. Then another time, I heard like a rubbing noise, or I know it wasn't rustling. I'm thinking, well, maybe it's a deer, like just rubbing its antlers on the tree. But that didn't make a lot of sense, because, I mean, there's a lot of deer around here, but they wouldn't be near where I was, because there's too many people generally. And it's not a very dense bush. It's pretty open by that lake. So then I finally thought about it. Then I started hearing more and more noise. And I was like, it's a friggin' beaver. So the noises I heard, now it made sense once I figured it was a beaver. The beaver was chewing on wood, it was walking, and then it was pulling logs. That was the noise I heard. And of course, I saw them in the water in the morning. crazy. It wasn't a bear, it wasn't a moose, wasn't a deer. It was them pesky beavers. Man, I'm getting friggin' hot. Holy. Take a break here by this little lake. Whew. I've been taking layers off, but I'm gonna get back to camp. So I'm not far back from my camp spot, and we gotta dress down. Yes, we do. Little fire pit there. Oh yeah. Check this little beauty of a spot out. Nice. I think this place is either called Little Birch Lake or Dog Lake, because kind of just over that way was that Little Birch camp I stopped at. Now there is another one just over there. It's called Dog Lake Camp. I was just there. I didn't show you that, doesn't really matter. And right over there, you see there's a little, between there, you can see between the rocks, there's a little channel goes through there. That's a nice little muskeg patch. I was walking around that in my video last year. So in the video I did last year, my first solo camping, I had the Renegade obviously, and I went down this trail, and I have it on camera. I'll try to, maybe I'll explain it. Like, it was full of water, and I've said before, it's been so dry, the water levels are down so far. That trail, it's got no water on it. It's almost always covered, like all time of the year. It's wild, it really is. So that trail is right down there. So the whole trail just sort of loops around. Yeah, you get the idea. Cool. I'm back at camp, taking a break. It's friggin' hot out, man. Like, oh my God. I'm down to shorts. I may just go for a jump in the lake. I'm not sure. The water's gonna be cold, but it'll be refreshing. Anyways, when I was pulling this guy out of the bush, I got jammed and I was pulling it, and anyways, I frickin' poked myself really good in the hand. Yeah, I got a band-aid on it. Friggin', it's leaking pretty good. So it just goes to show, especially when you're out in the bush, two, when you're by yourself, you really got to be careful with what you're doing. And it wasn't anything special. I was just reefing on something when I probably shouldn't have. But, I mean, that's why you carry a first aid kit with you, right? Nothing serious. Gloves might have helped, might not. Because it kind of, it freaking poked me. It was a puncture wound. Ha-ha! Nice one. So I decided to go back out for a little bit. Gonna have a little bit later supper, hopefully get in not too soon before dark. I just came from that direction. Hydro lines are... Man, is that freaking trail rough. Oh my God. It's rock crawling, which is fine, but not when you've been pounded doing lots of rock crawling for a day and a half. Yeah, and I'm old. See the green arrow? That takes you into Merrill Lake and Little Cuba. And I'm intrigued. I want to see where this trail meets up with those other two trails that I found yesterday. Like, I gotta solve this mystery. You with me? Okay, we're at the first turn. Right down there, that goes to a whole bunch of really nice campsites. There's a camp there, and I think this is the trail right to the right. Okay, so I got to a fork in the trail and I've retraced my steps basically. This way is the way I just came. Okay, now I'm turned around because there's a little loopy-doop over there. But down that way is Merrill Lake and Little Cuba Beach. Now when I left the beach, I passed a left-hand turn, came down this way, and took my second left, which would be this way. Now what's really interesting is different times of the year, trails can look so different. Like when I was here last year, I didn't even notice trails going off to the side, like different trails. I didn't notice them. I mean, I was just ultra focused on where I was going. But you come back here, there's even got some markings here, like an arrow. I don't even know what that means. There's a big arrow and then a little arrow. Means something to somebody. If once you know what it means, you're good to go. Now, I run into a little bit of a snag. I'll show you. This guy freaking came loose. I think we're good. I don't think it spun out. There's like a spot where this locks in, but it didn't. It was all cattywampus. I just got to take this thing off to get to the toolbox. The pile of stuff there. Yeah, the nice thing with these Can-Am accessories is they fit well, and this comes on and off real easy. Like I had it jam-packed today. It's not as much in there now, but it's pretty close. Okay, so I gotta get cracking and get this fixed up and get back to camp before it gets dark. I think we got her, boys. We got lucky. This literally took first try. She's cooking in the dark kind of night. Fire looks good. We got here some sausages, some venison sausages. That's deer meat. Don't be offended if you're whatever. And then we got some barbecue, Heinz barbecue style beans. Well, I would say that is ready. Unconventional, yes. Is it going to taste good? Absolutely. Moose head. Man, I am so full. I am stuffed. Well, I gotta clean up these dishes here. Work's never done. Keep the fire going. And just chill. Crack a beer if you got one. See you in the morning. Here's one of these beavers, man. When they say busy as a beaver, they are not kidding. And the funny thing is, he's not afraid of me at all. Alright, geez, the morning at day 3. I ended up sleeping until about 6, so that wasn't too bad. I didn't want to get up, actually. It was a little rough. I stayed up till about 10-ish around the fire. I had about 6 or 9 pints. I was feeling pretty good. It was a nice night. It was great. But today, I'm coming to a new area. Like, I've been here before, but I've never been this far up. And there's a lot of forestry action here the last few years. So it was pretty bleak, and I was just about ready to turn around, and I saw this trail, and I came down it, and it's friggin' mint. Like, look at it. Maybe we'll see some action here. The beauty thing is, though, it's friggin' smooth. And I gotta tell you, after all those bumpy trails yesterday, smooth is gonna feel good for me today. Alright, let's see if we can find something. Here, birdie, 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 birdie. I know you can't see him that well there, but there's a big owl. Not sure what kind that is. I have to look it up. But he just flew there. I just drove by him. He was in a tree. So I saw him swoop out. And I was like, what the heck? And I was like, I think it's an owl. And then he stopped on this one. And I'm like, yep. Sorry, the phone's not picking it up too good. He's a beaut. All right, I'm back at camp now. Last time I was talking to you guys, I said I just found this trail that looked really good, and it turned out to be fruitful. I did see 2 partridge, got one of them. So here's the thing, not that I'm trying to toot my own horn, but I know I can go to any area and find rough grouse. I may not get them all, but I know where to find them. So I'm pretty happy with that. You know, pat yourself on the own back. So my takeaways from my 2 nights solo camping, 3 days, 2 nights, it was awesome. I mean, I got some birds, I cooked some great food, hung out by the fire, listened to some music. You know, there's people around. I stopped by this hunting camp, saw all these people, started shooting the breeze with those guys, and you know, it was great. I love it up north, like I really do. And right now, I'm not really up north. I'm going to be going up north right shortly. But I would highly recommend trying to get out and do something solo by yourself. There's something soulful about it. It really is. And I can't wait to do it again next year. For sure. But if you thought this video was interesting, why don't you check out this video right here, where I came here last year with the Renegade, did my first ever solo camp. Trail riding, solo camp. I went to the little Cuba beach. It was awesome. I'd appreciate it. And while you're waiting for the next video, check out this little blooper of me trying to split this log that's just not dry. Okay, see you in the next one. Might have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew.